Welcome everyone, once again to the Business Freedom Formula. I'm your host, John Arntz, and today I am proud to have as my guest Willie Ann Watson. And welcome to the program. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well, thank you, and hope that you are doing well.
I am doing well, thank you. Well, to get started, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What is it that you might be doing right now in your business that's really exciting? Something new.
Um, well, I guess every day is a new day serving the people, doing what I do. And my nonprofit is helping the less fortunate and making them great in life, to the best of my ability.
Mm-hmm. So tell us about your nonprofit. Which one are we? You've got, I noticed in your bio, you gave me a couple. Which one are you referring to right now?
I have approach transition and reforming youth and adults.
Hmm.
It's a program that helps. I started out, I should say, with helping and reaching youth at school age. But with today's society, we need to reach beyond the school and
Hmm.
reach the other adults as well.
Hmm.
So with the try approach, we give to homeless shelter, we adopt schools to give, the things, the necessities that the kids may need.
Hmm.
The homeless individuals, they may need care packages, just to make their life a little warmer, um, and exciting on, at some point or another.
Okay. Does that organization, your try approach, does that do anything with job training or um housing assistance?
No housing assistant, but to make them great, give them some skills within my Unlimited Choices Greek Boutique. Some folks that I've ran across me have fallen short somewhere in life,
Hmm.
and they may want to get back into the workforce. And I would teach them, anything that's pertaining to retail business or um, bookkeeping,
Okay.
sales, just giving them hands on to give them hope again to
Mhm.
hopefully get back into the workplace.
Yeah, because I think that having a skill that's what I call a saleable skill. And I mean, in
Right.
bookkeeping is one. And if people are really good with sales, especially if they're good with interacting with the customer, even if
That
we're not
part.
talking about big ticket sale items, just even in a retail store where you're dealing with customers, good customer service people are hard to find.
Very much
And if
so.
you can train those people and customers are happy because they come back because of the experience they receive, then you're a
That's right.
valuable individual.
You are absolutely right, and it works. It works. It works for both ends, especially that person is trying to get back into society.
Hmm.
And for whatever reason they fell short, they have hope. And that part warms my heart all the way around the board,
Hmm.
each and every day. And I meet and greet them every day.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Now, what is this? You were talking about your unlimited choices Greek boutique. You're
That is a
obviously
big
not Greek, so
well, that's a business where I specialize in the Greek paraphernalias to include Eastern Star Masons, the sorority and fraternities. So
oh,
I
okay.
customize items for them. I sell merchandise for the Divine Nine,
Oh.
where it requires customer service. So, I meet so many different people as I said, falling short. I give them that opportunity to let them know that you can be great and you can do this.
Hmm.
I don't really pay them, but I give them a little stipend
Hmm. Hmm.
to help them along the way.
Hmm. Okay. And then I see another one you have, what you call Big Curls. Is it Girls Entertainment? I think I lost you there. You froze.
I see. The internet is, I have no words. I don't know what to say about it.
Anyway, I don't know if you heard me. I was asking about the Big Curls Entertainment.
Okay, it's an entertainment segment of my life where I started this about 8 years ago, and what I do is I do shows. I bring in artists, um, different types of artists, um, to perform. So
Okay.
that's something totally different from everything that I do. I do several different things, wear many various hats, but
Various hats. Yeah.
I just do what I do. I always had it sitting in the background, and as I retired, I just decided, hey, I'm gonna keep myself moving.
Mm-hmm.
Um, being a past educator and
Sure.
just want to stay active in life. Um,
As an educator, what did you teach? What grade level or what subject?
Special ed. I dealt with the divergent learners, as I call them, which was sixth through eighth grade.
Okay.
And I did that for about 15 years. I took an early medical retirement.
Okay. And
hmm
how did you get into that? Was that something that you kind of fell into or that you worked for?
No, I fell into it because I have two young men that was, of course, going through Head Start, kindergarten,
Hmm.
elementary, and I kind of followed them through school and ran into one of my actual teachers back in my time was a principal at the school,
Hmm.
and he stated that I'm always there every day. I need to get paid for it, so
Hmm.
I became a substitute. It went from volunteering to substituting to
Okay.
a permanent job to paying my way to become a teacher, got my bachelor's degree. And once I got my bachelor's, all I had to do was give them time back. So that moved me right on into my master's and right on to my PhD. It just happened like that. And I just so love it, because the school district at that time, they helped with the tuition. So that was a
That's
perfect opportunity.
Yeah, especially when you're working toward a PhD. I too have a master's degree, and when I considered maybe a PhD, one of my counselors told me about how much money I could look at spending, and I decided I didn't want it that badly. Yeah, I had a coworker many, many years ago whose wife was an English teacher in high school, and they
hmm
asked her if she would like to skip one of her English classes and be like the physical ed person. And her first thought was, gee, 30 less papers to grade? Sign me up. Well, she ended up becoming the district head of all the special ed education. She went on and got her PhD, and actually that opportunity blossomed into an entire career that she had never even thought about.
I can
So,
understand that. I
so
definitely
sometimes
can.
opportunities come along when you're not looking for them. And
Absolutely
yeah,
right. You're absolutely
yeah,
correct on that.
yeah. So that's very interesting. You got so your master's degree is in education, is it?
I took it all the way. It is in education, but I chose the special needs and I did a
Okay.
program called Divergent Learners, which teach, you used to hear the word special ed, but it
Hmm.
means the same thing.
Hmm.
I say they gave it a pretty name and call it
Hmm.
divergent learners, which is
Hmm.
what they are.
Hmm.
They learn different.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. And I think we've been finding out through time that, there are people that learn by reading, others by doing, others by watching other people do and then practice. So, I mean, we all learn it a different way.
That's
Uh,
right. You're
so I
absolutely
can
right.
see that, that's it's the same thing with other people. If their brain doesn't quite work like ours does, then you have to
Right.
find a different way to get the information across.
That's right. And not only get the information across, you got in my classroom, I had the traditional desks, and I also had um bean bags and pillows on the floor, chairs where they could just sit, just however which way that
Mm-hmm.
they were comfortable. Because they learn different. So,
Mm-hmm.
you had some that didn't want to sit down. They just wanted to stand up on the wall. I mean, it sounds kind of crazy, but you have to meet them where they are.
Yeah. No, you do. And I mean, I myself, one of the things that people find interesting is I tend to lean, like I'll lean on a counter and talk to people, or I'll
Right,
lean against a table. I don't always sit. I like to move a little bit,
right.
um, or have the ability to move. And other people I know can just sit still and sit there for hours and interact and like never get up. And I can't do that. I've got to be moving a little bit. So I can see that from other people's perspectives.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
And I was one that I never wrote a referral. They didn't understand that. But I'm a firm believer. If you're a mother, you will be a good teacher. And not tooting my own horn,
Hmm.
but you have to be you got to have compassion at some point or another. Treat them the way you want to be treated,
Hmm.
and make them feel love. and
Hmm.
and that's what I did, and that's what I love.
And even children who are what we would call gifted,
Right.
that's an older expression where maybe some child has a very high IQ and learns very quickly, can be a disruption in the classroom where things don't move as fast as they need it to move. And they look
Absolutely.
like a disruption when they're really not,
Right.
you know.
Absolutely.
And so they need something a little different for them. And
Mhm.
we don't all fit in the same shoebox.
And you're absolutely right. And some of the kids were those type of kids. So they
Yeah.
had the opportunity with me to move around. It's no
Hmm.
sit down, don't, well, while you up. No,
Hmm.
you doing
Yeah.
what you do.
Hmm.
No one was, being disrupted. They could just move from one station to the next station
Yeah.
and just be happy and no
Hmm.
problem.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things I realized too, once I got out of high school and started, at first into college and started working and then raising a family, and I was in the working environment. One of the things I think our education doesn't teach us to do is you're all supposed to do your own work, but that's not the way it works in the real world. In the real world, you need to work with other people. You need to have conversation about things. Maybe your idea is good, but someone else's is better, and you have to be able to work with that. And so I think in some ways, I mean, I understand why we want every child to know how to do the multiplication tables, for instance. But
True.
at some point I think there needs to be more collaboration, especially I think once you get into high school, there needs to be more collaborative work on
Right.
projects and things. So, and I know in some schools they do that. They actually get the
Right.
kids together and they work on something together and yeah. So with your try approach, what because of the way you described it to me, it seems like that you need people to make donations and things so that you can fund this program. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is so true. But I have been doing this so long, the way I do it, I
Hmm.
go to a wholesale nonprofit website, and have a lot of goodies out there where we could buy stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and it's it's not that expensive, but you get a bulk of stuff, different things, and
Mm-hmm.
so that's how I've been moving and
Mm-hmm.
doing. I do have individuals here in my state that give and
Mm-hmm.
donate, and and I turn right around and push it right back out,
Mm-hmm.
wherever it's needed. I have adopted some schools in some rural areas here, and I just take a lot of donations there. But for the most part, it's working. Um, Taking baby steps, as I
Mm-hmm.
stated, I've had it for a very long time, and now is the time. The past 10 years, I would say, um, it's been working.
Okay.
It's older than that, but
Wow. So
I
you've been doing this for quite some time then.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I created it very many years ago, and I
Mm-hmm.
knew one day that when God set me up to do it, it was
Mm-hmm.
that time. And that time is now,
Mm-hmm.
for the past, I would say probably 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've been moving a little stronger, but right now, today, I'm moving real strong,
Mm-hmm.
um, with donations. Some donators don't want to be known,
Sure.
for various reasons, and I can respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I just take it, turn around, and do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep on giving and making people happy and living their best life.
Yeah. And I think sometimes it's such a joy if you can. I mean, you've been doing this for a long time, as you've said. I think you said probably over a decade,
Right.
and there have to be some. There's always disappointments, but I'm sure that there are some shining stars that you've people that you've helped that have moved on and done well, and that I think is what drives most of us,
Right.
and
And it
especially
does.
those people who work in the kind of sector that you work in, to see
Right.
this, to know that all of my effort was worth it because this
Yes.
person moved on.
That that's that part. And that warms my heart to the fullest. And it happens so regularly. I've had them to come into my business, the unlimited choices. And some of them you remember, some of them you don't remember.
Mhm.
And they'll take me back and remind me, do you remember that? And they're grown people, grown little
Mhm.
people now.
Mhm.
And yes, it warms my heart to see them to come in and say thank you, and that means a lot.
Mhm.
That means a lot just to say thank you. Because I used to tell them, you go to jail, don't call me.
Yeah.
You can call me anytime, but if you go to jail, do not call
Oh,
me.
man.
I'm not. No, I'm not
Where are
going to
you?
enter that part.
Where are you located?
Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay. I've been there
Yeah,
in another lifetime doing another job.
yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice community. Small airport, but nice community.
Yeah, very small airport.
Yeah, as
Yes,
I recall. Now I know it's
yes.
been a lot of years and maybe it's gotten bigger, but as I recall, it was a very small airport.
No bigger.
Yeah. But you know what's funny? When I checked into my hotel, the woman working at the desk was from Southern California, like I am.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was so funny. She was going to college there locally.
Wow.
Yeah, because we were talking about USC and USC on the West Coast. So we were just laughing about that. How, yeah, it was kind of funny. How you run into people,
Beautiful.
you're clear across the country and you run into somebody from your backyard. It's just too
Yes.
funny. It's too
Yes.
funny. So, and what little struggles do you have with your running your organizations? Is it donations? Is it people understanding? Is it what kinds of things do you run
People,
into?
well, the biggest thing that I've ran into that, some people believe that because you have a nonprofit, you can just do anything. Oh, you can
Right.
come pay my light bill. You can pay my mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
You can, I need a car, people have their wrong perception of
Mm-hmm.
it, that's not what we do.
Mm-hmm.
But those type of things is a no nonsense kind of thing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, people just come to you with all kinds of stuff, but you know, I hear it, I smile, I say what I gotta say, and I just keep it moving. I tell them who I am and what I do and why I do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And my focus is the less fortunate
Mm-hmm.
individuals. I
Yeah.
can't help it that you need a car. I need, and my favorite line is, I need one too. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I need one too. But and I explain what I do. But that's about the most of it. I really haven't had a whole lot of hiccups when it come down to that. But then you get those ones, I believe they just want to try you to see what you really, really is about, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, it's smooth sailing.
Well, that's great.
Hmm.
That's great. Yeah, because in doing this program, I've talked to people from, all over the United States, including some people in the UK and Australia.
Mm.
And one of the interesting things is I've run into a number of people that have nonprofits.
Hmm.
And that's one of the same things that they all say is that everybody thinks that because you're a nonprofit, you got this pot of money somewhere.
Right.
You are not United Way. You know,
Right. That part.
there are a
Absolutely.
lot of nonprofits that are very small that do very limited things or work on a shoestring budget and try to do things for people. And
Right.
yeah, it's not all glitz and glamour. You don't get to go to these big galas and yeah.
That's right. But when they see you out there giving away coats and keeping them warm, because you got
Mhm.
families that just can't afford what they need, and
Right.
we find out about these individuals through the schools,
Mhm.
and so it works. But
Yeah,
you're gonna have some good, you're gonna have some bad, you're gonna have the ugly, and I just deal with it and keep on smiling. I do not
sure.
stress under no circumstances
Mhm.
at all.
Okay. Now, and do you have one or more websites for anybody who might want to know more about your organization and maybe help out in some way?
Well, I don't have a working website at this moment because it's under construction. But the email, anyone can reach out to transitioning reforming youth 2019 at gmail.com, or try approach. I have to try approach.com. So either one of those, they could, reach out, and I do check my emails, and it always can be reached. I have a phone number. Um,
Mhm.
it's 803-213-9954. And I pretty much answer that 24/7.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
All righty. Well, then, thank you so much for your time tonight. This is wonderful, interesting to learn more about the community, the world we live in, or the country we live in anyway.
Yeah,
And
really.
I really think what you're doing is worthwhile, and I applaud you for that.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah. And I wish you the very best and continued success.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Good night.
Good night.